Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen, the Twisted Hippie. How are you all? So good to see you. Um, Today, I just wanted to talk about the holidays, how we got through them, um, and how hard they are when you're grieving. I hope that you all had blessed holidays with your friends and family. For those of you that had to spend the holidays alone, my heart breaks for you. Um, Although for me this year, I think I would have done better had I been able to just kind of gloss over them a little bit more. Um, for whatever reason, my heart just wasn't in it this year. I have years like that, um, where things are just so overwhelming that I just can't uh, think about it. I can't think about um, presents, shopping, also overwhelming. Just even having to, I waited until the last minute to do my presents for my grandkids because I just couldn't get my head wrapped around Christmas. Christmas has been hell since 1987 when my son was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 3. And we lost him on October 16th of 1988, 10 months later. And I have to tell you that um, yes, it's a holiday and life goes on, and there's been many things that have transpired over the years in my life. I have magnificent grandchildren that I love beyond measure. I have bonus grandchildren that I have adopted as my grandchildren because their grandmother is not able to be there in their lives right now due to illness and severe illness. And so because of that, I kind of took on the role. And that has given me a purpose because I have so much love to give. I've often said I wasn't done parenting. I wasn't done nurturing. Um, I had a 3-year-old little boy that needed me, that was my last child, and I wanted to nurture him and help him grow and watch him grow up. So it wasn't done, but he was taken from me, and because of that, so many emotions, guys, so many emotions. I did really well this year with which I've done now since December of 2022. I've done really, really well with food at Christmas and holiday time. I don't have any issues with food. Um, and that's been that's been a wonderful thing because for so long and for so many years I used food to fill the void, or try to, that I had from Adam's departure from my life. And that's another thing altogether, because we've talked about my massive weight loss and how that's made me feel, and it has. I mean, I feel extremely blessed. I feel extremely blessed to this day. Even though Christmas was hard, I did all the things. I put up all the Christmas decorations around my house. I put up my Christmas tree. There's been years where I didn't. There's been years where I didn't do any Christmas stuff in my house, but this wasn't one of them. I did do all of that right after Thanksgiving, but I'm ready for it to be down. And last year I left my Christmas tree up until almost the end of January. I was so in the spirit last year, and I'm just not this year. And I think there's so many different reasons why, but I am grieving, and I'm grieving for a lot of different reasons. Um, I'm grieving the loss of my boy. I'm grieving the loss of my mom and dad. Um, and I miss them. My mom's birthday is December 22nd. And this time of year was her favorite time of year. She loved Christmas. She loved the decorating, the cooking. She loved the baking, all the baking that we do at Christmas time. And it was just a really fun time for her. And so I really miss her. I miss her every day, but I miss her so much at holiday time because mom always used the holidays to show love and affection for all of us. And she always did it through food. And so of course I miss her. My mother-in-law passed away on her birthday from ovarian cancer, on my mother's birthday. So I have that. It's like bittersweet. It's just like one thing after another. And I know that other families have similar stories and stuff. And I'm not trying to be the woe is me, but this is me. This is how I've had to try to deal with these emotions. And this year was just extremely difficult. um, and I'm trying to work through that and trying to remain positive and not let the negativity get to me, because I have been super positive since starting my weight loss journey in July of 2022. And I know that I've gotten through a lot of the ups and downs and challenges because I have switched my whole mindset and tried to be as positive as I possibly can. One of the things that I've realized is that you have to remove the toxicity from your life. If that is people or situations or jobs, whatever, if you are in a toxic environment, you need to remove yourself from it. Only you can do that. You can't expect others to do it for you. You can't. Hey, baby, why are you? I'm just talking to my chameleon. She looks to be a little bit stressed right now, and I'm not sure why. But anyway, you have to take that responsibility. You can't let it be someone else's responsibility to be your happiness, find your happiness. And toxicity and toxic people and toxic scenarios and toxic environments are not good. And it's bad for my anxiety, for my PTSD. When I was diagnosed with these things, I realized that, man, this explains a lot as to why I am the way I am. And I try so hard to keep it all in check and in a balance, because when my anxiety is high, I get angry, I get and for no explainable reason. I don't even really know sometimes why. It just is there, and it's right. It just sees over, and it just goes awry. And I've really been able to hone that in and really fix that, so to speak. So that would be if I had to give advice, that would be my advice to everyone that's going through similar stuff, is to try and prioritize and focus on just one or two things. Don't try to change everything at once, but make some subtle changes. You will be surprised at how that can affect you. Being active is absolutely paramount. You can't just sit in the house and be in the doom and gloom of winter when everything outside is so dark and dreary and we don't see the sun as much as we need to. And this past week we had rain almost every single day. I mean, it felt like it was just so drab and rainy. It's so understandable why people are depressed or not feeling the best. I so wish it would have been snow instead of rain. I so miss the fact that we don't get snow anymore in this region. Global warming is real, and the climate is really changing in central Illinois where I live. We used to have horrific winters that would start right around Thanksgiving, and it would go into a deep freeze and stay there till March. And I mean, we would get lots of snow and lots of precipitation over the winter months. And over the years, things have just changed, and we have less and less snow, and it's just gotten warmer. Last week, it was in the 40s and even in the low 50s. And I mean, come on, really? Christmas and the low 50s in the Midwest? This is crazy. So yeah, and that all plays into our mindset around the holiday time. The weather plays into it. And when we want to go and see or do and be with family or friends and we have to travel, it's stress. It creates all kinds of stress. And these things can be double-edged swords, in my opinion. I got to spend Christmas Eve with my family. I was with my daughter, my son-in-law, all my grandkids were there. My bonus grandkids, my bonus daughter, and her family were all there with us. And it was very, very wonderful to get to see them and feel all the love around you and watch them and know. But, as I get older and you start thinking about your age and mortality, you start really holding on more so to memories and to making new memories and just being together. I think that that's one of the things that I've realized as well. I had some like I said, really great time with my best friend and her family. She always does a big Christmas dinner for all of us that we spend Friday nights together every week playing cards or different games, different types of games. We call it game night. And every year she does a sit-down Christmas dinner meal with china. And I mean, it's just like a 5-course meal. It's an amazing thing. She's a great entertainer and she loves doing this. And so I got to spend time with her. And that was wonderful. And seeing her is always a blessing and always a great thing. But I do have, hold on one second. I do have a announcement kind of to make that I haven't told everybody about. Let me wipe this off. Ow. That was not fun. Okay. I have a new pet. I have a corn snake. I haven't named her yet. I don't know if she's female or male, but I do know that she's beautiful, and I can't wait to get some pictures and be able to show her to you guys. I'll be able to take her out too so that you guys can see her, but she's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm really excited about her. So she's my newest addition. I have 2 chameleons. My chameleons, I'm in the process of naming. I haven't named them yet. And I got a very large cage for one of them because I got it for free with my Capital One rewards, and I loved it. I'm in love with it. I'm so excited that I got it, and it's a work in progress. I've been working on that enclosure and getting it to make it as naturalistic as possible. Chameleons are very difficult to keep because their humidity requirements and their UV requirements are extremely important, and they do not do well when they are stressed. And so, but I have two, both of them are females. I was hoping to get a male, but I have two females. And so I just love watching them. They've been a lot of fun. And so I still have my tarantulas. They're all doing well. I fed everybody this morning. I have a leopard gecko. I don't know if I told you guys that or not. So yeah, I kind of went into the reptile kind of lizard kind of thing there for a minute. But I had two of my close friends from my true crime genre channel. They came to my house. We went to Evansdale, Indiana together for a case. And if you, I just did a video for that case over on my other channel, Kristen Behind the Crime Door. So if you go over there, you'll be able to see it, the Evansdale murders. But we took a day and drove over to Evansdale, Evansdale, Iowa, and met with Drew Collins, one of the girls that was murdered's father. And I had a really good time with them. And my good friend Kim, she was like, "Oh my gosh," when she saw my room with all my spiders and all of my animals in it. She was just like, "Wow, this is crazy," because they are pretty much everywhere. But I'm really excited. I've got a Phidippus regius jumping spider baby that I actually have raised from the time it was out of its mother's egg sac. And it's one of the only ones that survived of that clutch of egg. There was a lot of them, but it was the only one that they're very difficult to raise from little to big. And she finally, I think she's in her maybe fourth or fifth instar, which is every time they molt, it becomes another instar. So I think she's like fifth or sixth. So, and she's a girl, and I'm real excited about that. So I was really happy. And then I have another one that survived from a different breeding that I have that I think is a boy. So I'm really excited about those two babies. They sit right here on my desk, and I get to see them up close and personal all the time. So I'm really happy about that. But everybody else seems to be doing well. And I have a baby a White's tree frog. You guys know about him. And I also have a Paco, which is my my other frog. What is he? I'm trying to think of what kind of frog he is. I have another frog. He's really cool. I like both of my frogs a lot. They're fun to watch. My tree frog has just grown so much. He's huge, and I'm thinking to myself, he's going to need a bigger enclosure at some point because he's just gotten so big, and I really want him to be able to go up and be in the trees, so to speak. But the other thing too is that when I do these enclosures, this is really cathartic for me, you guys. This is like, it really just helps me get through the doom and gloom moments when I'm feeling depressed or whatever, and I throw my head into this. I'm going to get ready here today, and I'm going to post some diamond paintings for sale because I am getting out of the diamond painting stuff. I'm not going to be doing much of it anymore. I love it, but it is such a job of just sitting still, and I'm too busy. I'm too active to just sit and do that for hours and hours like I did before. There we go. All right, guys. Sorry, had a bit of a mishap with my mic there for a second. But yeah, so that's basically what's going on in the Twisted Hippie world. I have a lot of things planned for the channel this next year. Now that I'm not so focused on Delphi anymore, I'm going to be able to do a lot more with this channel, and so I'm gonna start having a lot more things to show you guys. And I want to start doing some stuff with my animals so that you guys can see them. Loki's doing well. He had a great Christmas. Um, I got him one of those huge beef bones from Petco. I think it's like this big. He is a chewer. And I don't know if you guys out there who have huskies, but my God, can this dog chew? And he loves to chew. He chews constantly. And so he's constantly going through bones. And I thought, well, this will be great. I'll get him this big ass bone and he can hopefully not chew through it in 2 seconds. And he loves it. So, but yeah, him and I are doing great. I got him a new harness for Christmas. And so I love it. Yeah, I'm able to actually get him moving a little bit better with it, working diligently on his walking with me. What I mean by that is, loose leash walking, and just being a better a, a better good citizen, canine good citizen, I guess, when it comes to walking and stuff. And he does really, really well. His biggest issue is that he doesn't like to use the bathroom away from his own yard. So when we get out there walking and stuff, this dog is insane because he'll start getting really upset and anxious because he's got to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, really? Just go. Are you kidding me? So yeah, I don't know what his deal is with that. I'm not sure why he's that way, but leave it up to me to have a crazy dog. But yeah, guys, I hope everybody has a blessed new year, and that 2025 turns out to be a better year than I think it might be. I'm really worried about our country and a lot of the things that is going on in this country right now. And that's been a lot of my stress as well. I think that's one of the things that I'm grieving, is that I'm grieving the loss of a lot of things that are going to be lost in this country. And I feel that people aren't even aware of how bad things are going to get, but they're going to get pretty bad. And I'm trying to be positive, but it's really hard to remain that way. But anyway, with that being said, I do wish everyone a very blessed New Year's, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.